Well, hello everyone. Welcome back again. We're still here.
You thought you got rid of us.
Yeah.
You thought, it's been so long, they've just given up.
but no, we won't.
We never
die.
give up.
No, not at all. Anyway, how are you, good sir? How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Sporting another game-related T-shirt. That's kind of going to be the theme.
Oh,
people still play Minecraft, right?
Yeah, I do you know what? I don't know if it's going to be related to later on or not, I haven't got a clue. But I only ever really play Minecraft on creation mode, and that drives people crazy.
Ooh.
I know.
How dare you just freely build things for fun?
Yeah. I remember I went on a holiday, like a week away to Newcastle, up north in England, to watch football game. I don't know why I'm speaking any Yorkshire accent.
I'm sorry for that.
Yeah. Hey,
that must have been awful.
No, we won 2-1. It was fine.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I played Minecraft basically the whole time I had any relaxation time in a hotel, and it was fun. That's why I started building my region.
Oh, okay. What was that on a laptop, or was that on like?
That was on Switch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was fun. Yeah. Anyway, glad to hear you're all good. Anything new since we last spoke?
No, apart from the month, I suppose.
Yeah.
You've certainly got much more substantial news than I have.
Oh yeah, I got married. I wasn't married the last time we did one of these, was I? Ooh.
No, you weren't.
No, yeah, I got married.
You definitely did. I saw it. It actually happened.
Yeah, but the biggest news was there's a new trailer for Pokémon. No, that's fine. Yeah, that went absolutely fine. I'm sure people have seen the photos and videos I've been putting on the Twitter.
The soch, yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to upload that video on my own YouTube, but I don't want to just be a douche.
Oh, yeah. It depends who owns it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Depends on the licensing rules for the video, because obviously you've paid for it, so it depends if you've paid for distribution or not.
Exactly. Well, if the guy if he'd just sent us a file, I'd have uploaded it to YouTube immediately and been like, yep, there you go. But because, his is actually a YouTube video in itself.
Yes.
I was hesitant to be. I just thought, do you know what? No, I won't bother with that. I'll just leave that with him.
I suppose technically he's got a grounds for plagiarism in terms of the uploading content, because it would literally be exactly the same video, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
So yeah, it depends whether his systems would pick that up and potentially flag it or whatever.
Yeah, but it's all good. It went great. If you've seen the video, thank you. If you haven't, go and have a look. It's good. If you've seen the photos, brilliant. Thank you. There'll be more. Last time we checked, we were about 8th or 9th in a queue of photos to be edited. He already sent over 59 as a taster. So 59 as a taster, then there's going to be loads.
So was it a case of we need to get this video to you first then?
Yeah, it's two different people doing it.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was a photography/video company.
Yeah, our videographer did it as a second job, and his first job is working for the BBC, which is quite impressive.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, so like, wow, okay, we hired a good one.
How on earth did you find him?
Just online.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Recommendations.
Wasn't a friend of a friend of a friend or whatever.
No, I wanted to stop him and ask, hey, how did you get into that sort of... How did you get into the BBC? Let me know. Do tell. Put my name in. But
I mean, realistically, you could just walk into the BBC and get as far as the reception desk.
Yeah.
So you could get into the BBC. You just
Very good point.
Wouldn't be in the BBC.
I've been to BBC recording studios.
Oh, that's more than I have.
Yeah, to watch The Last Leg live. That was fun.
At the BBC studios?
Yeah, that's where they
filmed.
Even
though it's a Channel 4 show?
Yeah. Well, that's where they used to film it. They don't anymore. But yeah.
Oh, okay. That's random as hell.
Exactly. Oh, well, you got your wedding in a few months.
Yeah, just under 3.
Indeed. Is that all coming along nicely?
Yeah, everything's pretty much in place. We need to check in with florist and just confirm a few things cake-wise, but the main things are set and done.
Okay.
Pretty much everyone that we'd invited has all done all their replying and meal stuff and all that malarkey. So, yeah, we've got everything sort of sort of there.
Lovely.
Weirdly calm. I think everyone thinks I should be more panicky, but I'm not, and I haven't been.
Oh, well. Well, there's still time. You can panic.
Yeah, the more thing I'm sort of more nervous about, because I need to kind of get my arse in gear with it a bit more, is all the kind of the table planning and the names and all that stuff, because that's sort of my department.
Yeah.
In terms of all the building and design work for it, because I've done all the invitations and all the other bits and pieces, and we're kind of keeping all that within the same look. So all the bits and pieces for that I've still got on my work computer. So I need to find some time to sort of really sink some hours into that. But once that's done, it's sort of turn up and do some words, really.
Yeah, and have some fun.
Yeah.
I suppose it helps being, a sort of working essentially as a graphic designer.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. That was sort of the decision from the beginning, was like, well, if we just both design and build all this stuff, it's a hell of a lot cheaper.
Yes.
And then, although for the invitations, when we went on Vistaprint for wedding invitations, even though it's just uploading your own thing, if you click on the invitation thing, it's like triple the price.
Oh, wow.
So we just clicked on the one that was for postcard and uploaded exactly the same image to basically the same size bit of card, and it was so much cheaper.
Yeah. You literally put wedding in front of anything and it's triple the price minimum.
It's insanity. Yeah, what's this for? A wedding. Oh, okay, in that case, we'll add a 1 and 2 zeros on the front of that.
Yeah. I think some people call it extortion, but I don't know. I'm just...
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I don't know. Well, I'm glad that's over for me, so now, you can have all that stuff.
Yeah.
How is Karina taking it as well? Is she fine?
Yeah, all good. She's finally back in school.
Fair enough.
Doing her teacher training.
I was going to say, as a teacher, yeah?
Yes, not as a student. That was a little while back. Yeah. I mean, technically as a student teacher.
Oh, right, yeah.
So,
makes sense.
Yeah, there is that. So, yeah, and hopefully she'll be well qualified before the end of the year. So,
perfect then. Everything's coming together.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Everything's coming up Millhouse. Literally what I was about to say. Oh, well, I think it's your turn to go first this time, I believe.
Yeah, I'm odd, aren't I? So
you are odd, and this is episode 3. I should have said at the start.
Finally got
Podisode
3.
episode.
Epipod.
I like Epipod. That's a good one. Epipod 3. That'll do.
Epipod. And anyway, also, I'm sure people have noticed, I've got a different mug.
You've got a different mug?
It might make the 4 subscribers that we've got run away because they've just seen all the Arsenal branding.
Well, I don't want to... Yeah, they've already heard that I'm a Newcastle person.
Yeah,
so I don't want to... Forgive me for leaning. I'm just getting the stopwatch ready. I forgot to do that.
Oh, okay.
We're professional.
Yeah, we know what we're doing. We're not winging this at all.
No, not at all.
Ever.
Oh well, would you like to kick off proceedings then? So let us know what we're on about, and I'll click start now.
Okie dokie, yeah. So we've got the time on the thing. Have you ever heard of talking of Channel 4, as we were briefly beforehand, Channel 4 TV show called Hunted?
Ah, yes, I have. I've not particularly watched it much, but I've heard of and seen clips.
Okay, so you understand the concept of it?
Yes, yeah.
For those that don't, basically the idea is you are on the run for a set time. It's about 3-4 weeks-ish, depending on what series you watch. And there is a team of hunters in London who are kind of ex-police officers and military and surveillance and data analysts and psychologists and whatnot. And their job is basically to find you. It's a massive game of hide and seek, effectively, in obviously one of the most watched countries in the world. There's CCTV everywhere.
Yeah.
It's really easy to kind of glean information from people's social media, etc. And I thought, because we've just watched, we hadn't watched it for ages, and then we found that there were 2 series on all 4.
Okay.
And so in the last sort of week and a half, we ended up watching 2 full series of it.
Oh wow.
I thought, what a bloody good idea for a game.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That is a great idea for a game.
Because, like, you could... Obviously, that you've got different people. Like, there's usually about 10 people on there. Sometimes they go solo, sometimes they team up as a pair. And obviously, everyone is from kind of all walks of life. It's almost kind of done as a social experiment as well.
Yeah.
In terms of what people's personalities are, how often sort of close friends or couples will cope with that kind of isolation. Because obviously, if you're wanting to kind of disappear, the easiest way is to just live in a field.
Yes.
But then you've got limited resources. You've got where you're going to get any food from. Are you going to have to kind of carry a tent around with you all the time? How are you going to kind of survive on that? Would you go stir crazy kind of situation? But then on the flip side, if you want to kind of stay in nice hotels and go shopping all the time, obviously you're going to get seen really easily by everyone.
Yeah.
You're going to get found. So it's kind of striking that balance between the two in order to survive. And I just figured if you had kind of, I guess, probably would be easier to make the world procedurally generated.
Right, yeah.
And the people, because then you could have kind of essentially hidden personality bars.
Okay.
Because a lot of it is they will kind of lean on the general public, and sometimes people will kind of give people up. Sometimes they won't, depending on what kind of person they are.
Yeah.
Often they'll get kind of like lifts from random strangers in order to move them about the country.
Yeah.
And obviously some people aren't going to want to do that. Some people will. And I thought kind of factoring all that in, if they put you in an area, the idea is to survive the whole time and get to an extraction point,
Okay.
which I guess could kind of work within the game.
Yeah.
Or you could just sort of say you just need to stay free for however many in-game days.
Yeah. It's almost like Among Us meets Assassin's Creed-ish.
Kind of, yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, I mean, especially with sort of how big and kind of expansive they've managed to get No Man's Sky now.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, we're not talking let's make planets and planets and planets, but if you could make, say, towns and cities, but really kind of fill them up with just random people and places and things in there, you could, I don't know, arguably make the game world as big as, say, an English county.
Yeah.
But then make it really detailed.
Yes. Yeah.
So that you've got those kind of little villages and then big cities like London.
That could definitely work, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any sort of elements of other games that you think could fit into that as well?
Well, I mean, a lot of games now have kind of the personality bars, don't they, in terms of what your how you develop your character in terms of how they kind of help people out or don't. It would be more useful to kind of feed that into the NPCs, I guess, because you've got no idea talking to just random person X.
Oh, okay.
A, whether they're going to help you. B, how helpful that help is going to be. C, whether they're just going to completely betray you to the authorities, usually for like some kind of reward is what they do in the TV show, so you could implement that.
Yeah.
Or are they just not going to help you at all? Do they know someone who is likely to be in more of a position to help you? And if all of that is kind of hidden and that it's down to your kind of in-game choices and dialogue options as to how you come across to try and win them over.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can see that working. Is this something you want to be pitching now to a company if they're watching?
I mean, I've got no idea how that would come about. I just was watching it and was thinking this would. I sort of thought it.
Yeah.
Years ago, and it sort of disappeared from my head. But watching them again, I was just like, yeah, it just works.
Yeah.
Person on the run from I think the good thing with it as well is obviously where it's a TV show, there's quite a lot of control with it.
Yeah.
Whereas in reality, or in the reality of this game world, if you were so inclined, you could potentially take things on a kind of more illegal route, if that makes sense. You could steal cars to get away. You could kind of rob houses, and obviously that potentially would then have an impact on how you are perceived by the general populace. If somebody catches you in the act, say, then they're going to go out of their way to either catch you themselves or report you to the authorities. But again, that's kind of weighing up that risk of, do I want to do that?
Yeah.
Is it worth it in the long run? Which obviously you're not going to get in the TV show. They're not going to let you just walk into Tesco and then just kind of stick a load of food up your jumper and run out.
No, definitely not.
But in this, realistically you could.
Yeah, in life you could, but I don't think on a TV show they'd let. Yeah, I know.
No, but obviously if you were actually on the run, they are the kinds of things that potentially you would actually do if you were desperate enough, and if your kind of morality was that lent that way. And obviously, if you're looking at this from a replayability standpoint, those presumably are the sorts of things that players would do. Yeah. Not necessarily on their first playthrough, but they're the kinds of things that people would do more and more in order to kind of see how that affects the game world.
Yeah. I was just thinking the replayability would be extensive because it would just be... You'd never play the game the same way, really.
Exactly, yeah. And if it was procedurally generated, your game world would never be the same either. Your NPCs' personalities would never be the same either.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even have it like the last series that we watched. There was a couple of guys in there that were deaf, and they found it really hard to get help from people with like okay hearing. I think partly because of that communications barrier, and partly because where they were adults, they've kind of grown up their whole life almost not necessarily being distrustful of them, but finding that there was a kind of a disconnect there.
Okay.
But you could take that a stage further and make it a kind of a lack of trust thing.
Yeah.
In terms of your characters, even just their kind of physical appearances. Certain NPCs, unfortunately, in the world might take one look at you and go, I'm not helping you, I don't trust you. And again, you could kind of feed that into replayability. It kind of, in certain circumstances, that would be of a benefit, and in certain circumstances, it really wouldn't be.
Yeah.
And how does that change your kind of playthrough?
Yeah. And I'd assume it would be a sort of open world style as well, not more.
Yeah.
It can't be linear.
Because obviously you're just, for argument's sake, say you were just in the middle of Essex.
Yeah.
And the idea is to survive, I don't know, 100 game days.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a long time, but just taking a number. Or get to point X, but you don't find out what point X is until so many days in. Because I think it's about 2 days before they find out where the extraction is. Okay. So if you're in Cornwall and the extraction point is like Glasgow, you've then got a breakneck kind of chase to try and get up there.
Yeah.
But it could be that you're in Cornwall and the extraction is a boat off the coast of Land's End.
That could work.
So who's to say, really, with that? And you could kind of feed the same thing in. So you've got to kind of constantly stay on the move until you get told where the extraction is.
Yeah.
Or until you get to kind of point X. And obviously that kind of thing could never be a kind of a definite linear line, if you like.
Yeah. And there's not many open worlds that would be an actual modern day town.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you can put multiple kind of towns and villages and then kind of countryside expanse in between them, where obviously you are less likely to get spotted, but there's nothing there for you. There's no resources. There's nowhere to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of the idea, is to really kind of hone in on a very specific area and just make it as detailed as possible.
Yeah.
Rather than the open worlds that you get at the moment, where you get like 3 houses and 2 people forever and ever.
This is a city.
Yeah, and it really isn't.
No, that could definitely work.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That is the 10 minutes.
Oh,
no,
well, yeah. I thought it sort of was, because I could see you glancing. So.
It was, but I had follow-up questions anyway, so I let it go on a bit longer.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, that's my thing. So if there are any developers out there, build it.
Yeah.
I want to play it.
Yeah. You don't want any involvement with it, you just want to play it.
Yeah.
You'll get credited and a little bit of money, that'll do.
I'll happily test it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to play it. It's fun. It seems fun.
Well, going from one open world game to another,
ooh,
which is something I never thought I'd say, about the Pokemon franchise.
Yay, finally.
Talking about Pokemon. Ooh.
There's a shot.
Start. There we go. Yeah, we've had a second trailer for Scarlet and Violet now. And I've done a second trailer analysis. I'm not going to go into any analysis in this little section.
No, go and watch the video that already exists.
Go and watch it. But I sort of realised I haven't really broadcast many opinions, actually, on videos or social media or anything. I've just been analysing and theorising, and I'm like, I haven't actually told people what I think.
Fair enough.
My opinions. And it's shit. No.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely think it looks great. I'm excited for it. I still think Game Freak have got a long way to go to creating the perfect Pokemon game. But I think this particular step is probably the biggest step they've had in a very long time. If you discount Legends Arceus anyway, because that was a big step. That was a big step.
Bigger than the step towards Sword and Shield?
Yeah, I'd say so. The step in graphics then was massive. But the step in the actual game itself now, because it is 100% confirmed to be completely open world. There's a bit on the website that says that you can freely explore the region in any order you choose without being dictated by the story. Can't remember the exact words.
Yeah.
So literally, it sounds like, from everything everyone's read, that it's a completely open world game and you can go to any place in any order, which is insane.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah. I'm just hoping the level scaling is based on, like, gym badges, for example. Like, say, I don't know, Route 1, for example. If you've got no badges, they're all level 3, that sort of thing. Expected. But say you don't want to do Route 1 first. I don't know the layout of the map. You probably have to do Route 1 first. But say you don't want to do that first.
Yeah.
You go off, you get 3 badges via Route 4 or something. I don't know. And then you come back to Route 1, and I'm hoping the level scaling is like everything on Route 1 will then be like level 25 if you've got 3 badges. But like that across the whole region. So every route itself has got like 8 or even 9 because of the Elite 4 or whatever they've got. Has got different level scaling, so the levels will always be different depending on how far you are in the game.
It might need slight refinement based on that, because in theory, you could not get any badges and level up your starter to level 100.
Yeah.
Granted, it would take ages, because if everything is based on just badges, everything's still going to be on level 3.
Yeah.
So, but people would do it.
Exactly.
People have done similar. So you'd then be able to just... I don't know why you'd want to do this, because it makes the game not fun for yourself, but you would essentially then nerf the rest of the game.
Yeah, and there will be people out there the day of release that go and do that to prove a point, and then will post everywhere, you can...
Yeah.
It's like, well, don't do that then.
Yeah.
It's like on Sword and Shield, there are many times I've got myself a fully evolved starter after about 4 hours. Because you just spam the Dynamax dens to the point where you one-shot everything, get experience candy, and carry on. I don't use it.
But you can,
Yeah. I use it for them to get like 60 Dynamax candy so my team are full and all of that, and get some items in TRs. on a new run through, I might do that just to spam it and get all that stuff. So I'm going off to a good start. But then I'll get rid of that fully evolved starter and start, because I don't use a starter every time, and then start building my team again. But I am worried that there will be holes in it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But people will obviously just immediately go get the game and exploit the holes and post about it and say, "Look, it's terrible. You can do this." It's like, oh, God's sake.
But you can realistically, you can do that in Skyrim.
Yeah, you can do it in most games as well. Like in Breath of the Wild, you can just go straight to the castle if you want.
Yeah, people have done it.
Yeah, I've never done it. I'd like to. But maybe that's a stream idea. Ooh.
I feel like that wouldn't be too fun for me.
No, might be fun for other people to watch.
Yeah, I remember struggling, even though I had all the 4 names and the Master Sword, and I still struggle.
Yes, it's not great.
No.
But my opinions are, this is what I mean by it's almost, they're on their way to getting the perfect way. This is a massive step now.
Mm.
To me, I never really get disappointed by Pokemon games because I've enjoyed every single one, even though, I accept some of their flaws. I'm like, okay, well, that does that. Oh, well, never mind. Everything else is great. The next game, or even like, I'll play a Gen 7 game and I'll be like, oh, this bit's not as great, but it was great in the other 6, so, I assume it'll be fine on the next one.
Mm.
And it's usually all the errors I find, or things that are a bit annoying, are unique to a certain generation or game, and it's gone, so it's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah. They kind of go, oh yeah, that didn't quite work as we planned it. Let's kind of move on. Yeah,
exactly. But it seems like this time they've listened to fans a lot, because this is the fan base now for Pokemon. Obviously, it's for children and adults. It's varied now.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was just for kids, wasn't obviously. But now the people from the late 90s and 2000s, like both of us here, we're in our 30s now. I mean, we're in our mid to late 20s now. I think they are acknowledging the fact that their fan base is obviously a mixed age. So they've done very well in creating universal games over the past sort of 5 to 10 years. So there's stuff in there that adults can do, like the shiny hunting or the EV training or the battle, loads of stuff. But also a 10-year-old could pick up and enjoy the game as well.
Yeah, like we used to, literally just go through the route.
Yeah.
Collect some Pokemon and evolve them and go, well, that was fun.
Yeah, exactly. And then put the game down and not play it again.
Yeah.
But this game, it sounds like they've listened to the fans, because a lot of the fan base, I'd say the majority of it, want to go into the open world. They want it. That's the next step for the entire franchise, really.
Mm.
And a lot of people also have been wanting to do gyms in any order. That's been a big thing for people as well. Which is
has
fine.
it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Yeah. It is a shame to okay.
Yeah.
Right, straight to this one.
It seems like taking the linear aspect out is something people want, and they want to just go and explore a world. And that looks like where they've listened, and it looks like it's where they've gone. And if that's what they're prepared to do, then I think there'll be a few things in this game that almost fan service, but in a good way. They're not just doing a cheap buyout. They're going, right, okay, this is everything they want. Let's do as much of that as we can. And still try and make it our game, rather than just make their game.
Yeah, there's definitely got to be an element of that, hasn't there? It can't be we just did all the things that you wanted, because if they try and do that, there's so many varied opinions, it's impossible anyway, and B, most people don't even know what they want. Yeah, no, exactly. And there'll always be something that people will moan about, and there will be, come November 18th, something that people are complaining about, and it will just be like, oh, really? Just shut up and play the game. My major complaint? Yeah. The starters seem a bit rubbish. Oh, okay, yeah. The cat. I'm not impressed by the weird Elvis duck. Yeah, Elvis duck is the good way of putting it. Elvis duck and the weird kind of dragony, whatever the hell that other thing is. I think it's a crocodile, but in the shape, in the shape of like a spicy pepper. Right. Yeah, I'd like to see where that goes. Yeah. I'm a Fuecoco man so far, but I'd just like to see where they go.
Then
Fair
again,
enough.
yeah, when they announced these Sword Shield starters, I wasn't that fussed about any of them. But since using Grookey, I'm like, yeah, I actually really like Grookey now. I think, have I got one? Oh no, I've got a Sobble in there, but never mind.
Yeah, I suppose for me personally, those three, they were all kind of okay. They're all right.
Yeah, they're all right.
And it was a case of I would be interested to see what all three of them become.
Yeah, so would I.
But with these, I'm just like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Especially Duck Elvis. I'm really not taken with Duck Elvis.
Yeah, exactly.
He can duck off.
Yes. Well, I'm not fussed about. For me, so far, I'm neutral on all of them, but slightly a bit more on the Fuecoco. We'll see where that goes. I don't know. Hopefully, we'll see because on Sword and Shield they didn't show you the final evolutions before the game released.
No,
so,
I don't think they should.
No, I don't think they should. I like how they did it with Sword and Shield, just showing you a small handful of them. Because when I played that game, I was, Tasha and my brother will tell you, I loved it. Loved every single. I was like, well, there's a new one. I don't know. And it was brilliant. But I will be catching a Lechonk because that's just obvious. Big, round, fat pig person.
Yeah, that seems to have become already a meme.
Yeah, and Smoliv, as in SMOL, the proper... Oh, they again, going back to the fan servicey type thing, they know the fan base now, and a lot of people that were kids when Pokemon came out are of the age now where that sort of thing is like the peak of humour, which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. Meme humour, I'm going to call it. So
yeah.
It seems like from what they're doing at the moment... My time's up. They seem like from what they're doing at the moment, they're making sure people are going to be satisfied now. But like I say, there will still be people that go, this game's bad. And that's fine.
Yeah, don't play it then.
Yeah, people can have opinions, and if you don't like it, fine.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, when people start saying to me, why are you playing that? Or you shouldn't be doing it, that's when I get annoyed. Like, why don't you go away?
Yeah.
You're allowed to not like it.
Yeah, you don't play it, and I will, and then we're both happy, because you're happy that you're not playing it, and I'm happy that I am playing it. Yeah, there we go.
Exactly. People are allowed to think, even like people are allowed to think the trailer looks, bad, or the game doesn't look great. So, fine, okay. That's all right. You're allowed that opinion.
I'm not overly taken by the names.
Scarlet Violet, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like, right.
Yeah, but obviously for this channel, I'll have to get Violet, won't I?
True.
For the channel colours.
Yes. Yeah. Although I do quite like the ancient history, modern, futuristic take on things.
Past v future sort of seems to be a theme.
It also kind of makes you feel like you need to get both versions of it more. If that makes sense.
I think there's going to be a lot more version exclusive elements.
Yes. Yeah. It certainly seems like they've kind of done that intentionally, which A is clever from a business standpoint, and B should be more interesting from a player standpoint in terms of wanting to play both versions of them.
Yeah, and I'm all for it because I'll get I'll get both anyway.
Yeah,
I have every Pokemon game, core series game that's been released, so this won't change.
It gives me and Karina another excuse to just buy both versions, and that one's your one, and I'll play it anyway, and this one's my one, and you'll play it anyway.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, that's all I had on that. I just wanted to talk about it opinion-wise because I haven't really done it anywhere.
Cool.
And that's it. That's it from me anyway.
Thumbs up from you. There's a shock. You liked the look of it and can't wait to play it.
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
really surprised by that opinion.
And I will accept the flaws and enjoy the positives, which will massively outweigh the flaws in my opinion, because it always does.
They always do, don't they? Yeah. And they do with most games if that's a game that you're interested in. Like,
yes, exactly.
Even FIFA, for those absolute lovers of FIFA, or Call of Duty for if you're a fan of that kind of game, then the positives will outweigh any of the negatives you find anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It will happen.
And if it is the other way round, clearly that game's not for you. Play something else. There's enough out there.
Yes.
Go elsewhere.
Go elsewhere is a good way of putting it. Get away from our fan base.
Well, it's lunacy, though, isn't it? Like, there's so many different things in the world.
Yeah.
Like, harping on about why you hate something, it's like, wow, that must be so draining for people.
Yeah, exactly.
Just being that negative about stuff all the time.
Yeah. And like I say, you're allowed to not like something or not like the look of something.
Mm.
And if you give that game a try and you still don't like it, then
don't play it.
Don't play it. Find something else.
Yeah.
Or if
Trade
you don't,
it in.
you know,
sell it.
Exactly. Oh
Get
well.
something different.
Oh well. That's all from me anyway. Just wanted to say I like them. Surprise, surprise. Oh.
Pokemon fan sees Pokemon trailer, likes it.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Quick, call all the newspapers. This is a massive headline that no one saw coming.
This is a coup. Oh dear. Oh yeah. Have you got any more to add to the discussion of anything?
Not really. No, I suppose I'm just enjoying my PlayStation 5 life.
Oh yeah. Is that your plan for today?
We are off out. Karina's school that she's at the moment are doing a concert-y thing at about 1 o'clock, so we're off to look at that.
Fair enough.
But I will probably then head back and pick up some more Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sounds alright to me.
Yeah, it's definitely alright with me.
I'm going to record some videos and then the Go Lock is going to come back.
Hey!
So I'm going to record the first one today because I suddenly realised, well, I've got all the stuff. I did it before.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I've got the layout. I've got all the bits.
Are you basically just going to start the whole thing from the beginning again in the same format that you were doing it in?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start it all from the beginning again. Slightly tweaking the format though. I'm not going to go out and catch stuff for a pool. I'm just going to, when it's an encounter time, literally screen record, open my phone, like open Pokemon Go on my phone, see what's there. It's like, right, that's today's encounter.
Oh, okay.
Then catch it and obviously do an edit, send it, across and into the party. And be like, there you go, there it is. No matter what level it is as well. So if it takes me 4 encounters to get a Pokemon I can actually use, then so be it.
Will that be a problem in terms of always having the same sort of Pokemon in the same area that you're in?
Shouldn't do. Hopefully. No. I'll do a dupes clause anyway, so if I get one, I'll keep going. I'll put an incense on and I'll keep going until a new one appears for the thing.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be fine. But yeah, that's the slight tweak. I think that's just more interesting.
I did very much like the Go Lock. It was annoying that technical things went, no.
Yes, exactly. Well, since then, new laptop, new capture card, and even a microphone and camera that I'm not using for this. But
I take it as well that you've still got those videos up, have you?
Yeah, I have.
So if anyone is sort of interested into how that would kind of work, obviously with the slight difference in terms of how you caught them, etc.
Yes, go and watch it.
Then the beginning of the series is, I think there's about half a dozen episodes, something like that.
Oh yeah, I think there's quite a lot actually. Oh, I don't know now. Yeah, I think there's a lot.
Yeah, there was definitely sort of 7 or 8 or something, wasn't there?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm obviously now quickly checking. Subtly in the corner as I lean.
But by the end, annoyingly, some of them got so heavily kind of edited because of technical issues that then the whole thing kind of, your laptop just went, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yes, exactly.
But there isn't any issue at the beginning of it. It works. Yeah. So even just the first couple of episodes, just to get a taste.
Yes. There were, according to this, 15. Episode 15
were there?
Was the last one I did.
Yeah. Oh God!
Episode 15.
I know I watched all of them because you'd got about half the badges, hadn't you?
Yeah, I had. Where was that? Yeah, I was just about to get to the 6th gym. I had 5 badges.
Oh, okay. There you go. Then just over. Yeah.
And one death, which was the glitch that didn't record, which is really annoying.
Mm.
The glitchy episode didn't record the 1 death I had in the whole series, and then I went to record 2, and obviously it just didn't work again. I was like, yeah, it's not worth it.
This isn't working, yeah.
But oh well.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, so
yeah, that's coming back.
Check that out and sort of see what this series would be then.
Indeed. I've got a few challenge videos I'm going to try and do as well.
Nice.
I think loads bouncing around my head. It's mainly, can you beat such and such game only using tackle? That'll be interesting.
Okay.
What else was there? Using the worst team possible on Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. So
Based
like the lowest
on...
base stats. The lowest
okay.
base stats, like a Magikarp and thing. What else was there? There were other ones as well. Oh yeah, without using damaging moves, so only using stuff like poison powder and things like that.
Oh, blimey, that sounds awful.
Yeah. But
like, not awful to watch, but like really horrible to play.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll record them myself in bulk and then edit it down to like highlighty type videos.
Yeah, I was gonna say that could show fights going on for ages otherwise if you're like, hurry up and burn. Why won't you burn?
Exactly. Yeah. Oh well, I best let you get on, sir.
Yeah,
talking about Pokemon all the time.
I suppose I should, yeah. Right.
Yeah, alright, well, thank you for watching, everyone. And listening, and or watching whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I think, actually, based on that, I think it might be time for me to start taking these and putting them in audio form, and so that we can kind of get them out a bit further afield.
Yeah.
It was something that we discussed before the break, and I still haven't really done anything with it, because, life.
Yeah, exactly.
But now we're doing them again, it would definitely be worth people kind of hearing us more.
Exactly, yeah. Well, I'll send you the audio files as well when they're done.
Oh, that makes it. Yeah, I was just going to rip them straight off of YouTube. But...
Yeah, or that, either way. Oh well. Anyway, yeah. Thank you for watching and or listening, everyone. So we'll be back again.
This might be the first ever listen episode that we put out. Although
it could
I technically would put 1 and 2 out as well, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it could be yeah. Who knows? Well, thank you if you are listening. But yes, we shall see/speak to you again, hopefully in 2 weeks' time.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.